Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Diane Chabon. There's over 130 police departments in the state of Michigan and nearly 200 police departments between Michigan and New York that are partnering with Families Against Narcotics to help address the drug and the opioid epidemic here in the United States, both the dependence issues and intervention issues to help prevent drug dependence from becoming a problem or expanding as a problem in our communities. That includes a partnership between the Families Against Narcotics and West Bloomfield's Police Department in a program called Hope, Not Handcuffs. Joining us now from that organization is Safaa Elmessiri on today's edition of the Splash Live. Safaa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you on to talk to you about this partnership because it's important even now really more today than it has been in decades past as we're seeing the opioid epidemic in the United States continue to take a toll on our communities, fentanyl in our communities and other various drugs that are being laced into other drugs in our community on the black market and on the streets affecting our families. And that's part of the reason why this partnership has come into play, not necessarily to catch these individuals that have developed these drug dependence issues and put them in a jail cell, which tended to be the way that things had gone in the past, but to get in between them and this drug dependence, ideally early, but even in process, and help these individuals. So tell us about this partnership and some of what goes into your relationship with the West Bloomfield Township Police Department.
So our mission for Hope Not Handcuffs is to, it's more of like a deflection program to where we don't want the person who's struggling with substance use disorder to go to jail. Because when you put someone who has this substance use disorder and you throw them in jail, what happens? They come back out and they do the same thing over. So our mission is to give them the help that they need with detox or treatment. And so we partnered with, like you said, 130 police departments across the state of Michigan. And the process works like this. It's anyone with a substance use disorder or an alcohol problem can walk into a participating police department and ask for assistance with getting into treatment or detox. So they walk into the department, they ask the front desk officer, they let them know that they're there for Hope Not Handcuffs. The front desk officer will then call us at Fan Central. We will send out an angel volunteer. This angel volunteer will arrive and assist them with compassion and love. They will assist them with a short phone call to our call center to do a short intake. Then we will call the PIHP three-way. The PIHP is either Common Ground in Oakland County, the Access Center in Wayne County. It just depends on the county that you're in. We have different PIHPs across the state of Michigan. So they will place the individual into a treatment center. And once that's completed, we will send out an Uber to the individual at the department and they will transport them to the treatment center.
And there are a number of different reasons why people may not go and seek this sort of treatment without the intervention from their local police department and public safety department or other interventionary groups such as Hope Not Handcuffs or Families Against Narcotics or the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities and so many others in our local area. But part of that is because these drug rehab treatment centers in many cases can be very expensive to get into. Some may not have the health care to be able to afford these sort of services. And that's a concern, but that's part of the reason why your organization, local police departments are partnering is to provide those interventionary services and also relieve some of the worries that may be behind it for a lot of these individuals that, look, they've developed a drug dependence or an alcohol dependence of some degree, but they are very clear in their minds they don't want to continue down that particular path, and they don't want that the problem that they currently have to escalate. And so how does your organization help to bridge some of those gaps that may be there financially for people seeking these sorts of treatments?
Right. So we get that question a lot, actually. I'm glad you asked that. So all of our services at Families Against Narcotics are free of charge. And, some people, like you said, don't want to walk into the police department because they're afraid of getting arrested. But that's the beauty of this program is if you walk into a police department asking for help that has Hope Not Handcuffs, you cannot get arrested. If you have pills on you, if you have drugs on you, you just have to forfeit what you have, but you will not get arrested because you're walking into the department and you're asking for help. So that's the beauty of this program. And it just depends on what kind of insurance you have. If you have private insurance, if you don't have insurance, if you have state insurance, we work with everyone. We have a grant from the MDHHS that will allow everyone to get the same help needed. So we try to remove the stigma with law enforcement and the community. And that's why people feel comfortable when they know they cannot get arrested walking into the police department. And partnering with the West Bloomfield PD has been such a blessing because they've had walk-ins. They've had a lot of people from the community, walk in and have that relationship with the law enforcement. We also have the patrol officers when they're out, if they have repeat offenders, with smaller crimes, nothing major, but they will hand out our business card that has our call center number, which is 833-202-HOPE. They'll just give it to them. Say, here's an extra resource. Instead of doing that revolving door, here is the business card. Here's an extra resource. Use it. So you're not constantly in and out, getting in trouble. We'd like to help as many people as we can.
Safaa Elmessiri is with us from Families Against Narcotics' Hope Not Handcuffs program, which has partnerships with over 130 police departments in the state of Michigan, plus over 60 in the state of New York, including here in West Bloomfield Township with the West Bloomfield Police Department. You can learn more information about Hope Not Handcuffs by visiting familiesagainstnarcotics.org/Hope Not Handcuffs or call their toll-free number between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. at 833-202-HOPE. 833-202-4673 for more information. And Safaa, this is a relatively new program, began in 2017, but over the last roughly 6 years, or over 6 years at this point that it's been in operations, you've had enough time and enough interventions to be able to get some real metrics and understanding of just how these sort of programs work versus the former traditional model of addressing drug use and misuse in our communities. How much more effective is something like this program, like Hope Not Handcuffs, versus the old model of addressing drug use and drug abuse in our local communities?
So we've grown a lot. We've grown tremendously. We've come a long way. People are starting to talk about it more. People are starting to come forward, knowing that there are these types of programs. They're just becoming more comfortable. We have peer recovery coaches that work hand in hand with the person who's struggling. So we offer the person who walks into the department, and asks for help. We offer them a peer recovery coach, which 95% of the time they do accept. And a person who is a peer recovery coach is a person in recovery who's had at least 2 years in sobriety. So they walk hand in hand with them for 90 days. It's free of charge. And it's just that extra layer of support. When you're first in the beginning of your recovery process, it's always nice to have the most support possible. And, because it's talked about more and more, I have organized a town hall meeting which is presented tomorrow in Grosse Pointe. So after we've heard about these overdose deaths that had occurred in the last 3 months, we took action, and like I said, I organized a town hall meeting, Families Against Narcotics, and I approached the Family Center in Grosse Pointe. And so we have a panel of, numerous individuals who will be speaking about different subjects. We have the Department of Justice on the panel. We have the DEA. We have a person from Families Against Narcotics whose family member struggles with substance use disorder. We have 2 chiefs from the Points area and a person in recovery. We have a judge who will be speaking as well. And Homeland Security, they'll be doing a presentation. So we just want to bring awareness to the community. We want to bring resources. We just want to assist as many people as we can. And like I said, after those devastating overdose deaths that had occurred, we really felt the need to take action and do something for the community.
Again,
So
you
it
can
is
find more
tomorrow
information on
in
Families
Grosse.
Against Please
I
go.
am so sorry. So it is tomorrow, Wednesday, August 9th at 6:30 at the War Memorial in Grosse Pointe, and everyone is welcome. We just, there will be a Q&A session after the presentations. So, hopefully we'll see a good turnout, because like I said, we'd like to get the word out there and help as many people as possible.
Numerous communities across the state of Michigan, across various counties in Michigan, are participating in Hope Not Handcuffs in partnership with Families Against Narcotics. It's Macomb County, Wayne County, Genesee, Saginaw, Midland, Ingham, St. Clair, Eaton, Otsego, Grand Traverse, Clinton, Chippewa, Crawford, so many other places too, including here in Oakland County. Several different communities, including 2 of the 4 communities in our primary coverage area, West Bloomfield Township, of course, as well as the Orchard Lake Police Department, also participating in this program Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. But other neighboring communities too, Waterford participating in this program, White Lake Township, Wixom, Southfield also involved, Novi, Farmington Hills, Bloomfield Township, Auburn Hills, so many different areas here in Oakland County that you can participate in this program if you are in need of these services or know someone in need of these services. And even if you are in need of these services, but like Safaa had said earlier on, maybe you don't want to go directly to your police department, you can also do this online by visiting familiesagainstnarcotics.org/hope-not-handcuffs and clicking under their online option, fill out the information, and somebody from the organization will contact you directly, or you can call them directly, 833-202-HOPE, 833-202-4673 for more information and for services. Safaa, before we let you go, anything else that we should know about this program or other initiatives within this program that may be coming ahead?
So I would like to add that without our angel volunteers, our Hope Not Handcuffs program would not be functional. Therefore, I am recruiting a few angels in every county. We are coming to Monroe as well. So we are looking for angels across the state of Michigan. So an angel volunteer is the person who meets the individual who walks into the police department asking for assistance with getting into treatment. It's very flexible. It doesn't take much time. The process is you would just have to attend a short training, which is an hour and a half, either virtual or in person. I have a couple angel trainings coming up, one in the city of Wayne and the next one in Oakland County. So if you go to our website, familiesagainstnarcotics.org, and you look at the different trainings that we have, you can choose from whichever one is convenient for you, complete the training and you become an angel. And there are other roles as well, not just meeting the participant at the police department. There are a few others that you could choose from. But like I said, we are in dire need of angel volunteers. So please, if you're a compassionate person, if you have a person in your family, who has struggled and the pain and if you have that compassion, it just takes maybe an hour out of your day to give back to the community. So.
And it's important to know that these resources are available, whether you are in need of these services or not, knowing that they are available for someone in your life, someone you may encounter on a day-to-day basis, to help people get the help that they need to prevent these issues from expanding in our communities. Safaa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Appreciate having you on. Hope Not Handcuffs can be found. You can find more information on them by visiting their website, familiesagainstnarcotics.org/Hope Not Handcuffs, or give them a call, 833-202-HOPE, 833-202-4673 for more information. And while you're out and about in the community, if you are encountering somebody that may be having maybe experiencing an overdose, there are Save a Life boxes, as they're called, all throughout the community through the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities in partnership with the West Bloomfield Township Police Department, the Fire Department, the Greater West Bloomfield Community Coalition, West Bloomfield Parks, the Public Library, and West Bloomfield Township. Let's take a look, Calvin. We have a graphic that has locations all throughout West Bloomfield Township where you can find these Save a Life boxes at fire stations 1 through 5, as well as fire station number 9, at all branches of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, the main branch in the Town Hall complex, as well as the West Acres branch off down Pontiac Trail and near Commerce Road. You can also find those. Parks and Recreation, the Recreation Activity Center has these, as well as West Bloomfield Town Hall. And there are plenty more of these Save a Life boxes, much like Hope Not Handcuffs, available in communities all throughout Oakland County. And you can find more information by going to the Alliance of Coalitions for Healthy Communities website, or by contacting the West Bloomfield Township Police Department, West Bloomfield Township Parks, the Fire Department, and more for more information on where these Save a Life boxes are all throughout our community.